Hey everybody, um, Joseph Arch here. I wanted to take a look today at some new discs that have been approved by the PDGA for Lone Star Disc and sort of take a look at what they could be. So as you see here on the PDGA approved discs page, on February 20th, there were two discs approved, the Benny and the Harrier. And we can get some decent clues as to what we're looking at with these discs um, just by looking at their specifications and what they're similar to. So we hop over here. Here's the Benny. Now, the Benny is a putter. We can sort of tell that. And so if we look, Lone Star Disc likes to do certain things with their names of their discs to sort of create a trend. The example that would be their 7-speeds. Their 7-speeds right now are really being put on the theme of rivers in Texas. And so they care about what names they're giving to discs. These aren't just random names. And so when you see the Benny, your thoughts then should go to the Penny Putter, which was the first disc approved, first putter approved. And if we look at the specifications of the Penny Putter over here, then we hop back over to the Benny, you'll notice that these are really, really similar numbers. And the rumor that's going around right now is that the Benny is just a penny putter, but with a beaded rim. So for some people, that's going to be a big thing. Maybe you really like the numbers on the penny putter. I'm personally putting with pennies right now, like it so far. But if you're a person who likes a beaded rim, then now this is sort of the ideal disc for you to have. So that's the penny putter / the Benny putter, and I really think that's what they're doing there. If you look at it, that really seems like that's going to be what's the case. Then we move over to the Harrier, and Lone Star has really been putting in a lot of work here on distance drivers this year. If we hop over to Lone Star Disc, go over here, we go to their products, distance drivers. Just within the last year or so, they've put out the Bayonet, the Seguin, and the Nimitz, all just within this year. All of these discs are new. And you'll notice that as we look, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 13-speed distance drivers. And they seem to be putting more of an emphasis on the 13-speed over anything else. So that being said, we look at the Harrier, and you can see that the Harrier really looks, especially by that rim thickness, to be a very high-speed distance driver. So we can sort of look around then and say, what can we guess at the numbers and what we're going to have here? And if we jump over here, this is the Shrike from Innova. If you look at the numbers for the Shrike, we're going to see that these are extremely similar. Max weight, exact same. Diameter, exact same. Height, rim depth, exact same. And if you look at the Hades from Discraft, you're going to see very similar numbers also. Not the Hades is a little bit shorter, but other than that, I think it's going to be a very safe bet to say that the Harrier is going to fall into this sort of 12, 13 speed, 6 glide, and a little bit flippy. Which if you look over here, you would think, why do they need that? They already have the Bayonet. The Bayonet really got reworked, and it flies a bit more like a Boss. And so one thing, if you watch Emerson Keith's video, if you watch Nico Castro's video, if you watch Chandler Kramer's video, they're bagging the Bayonets, and they say it flies more stable than these numbers would suggest. So I think this is an attempt to get a bomber out there for people with a little bit slower arms. So anyway, that's a look at two new discs. Let me know what you think, and hopefully I'll get at least the Harrier in my bag here soon. We can start throwing that too. Anyway, have a good one.